myself. With me in the studio is the Very Rev Father Professor Bonachristus Umeogu, the priest of Onitsha Archdiocese in Nigeria, and the director of Igbo Village and Center of African Civilization in Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, in Nigeria. I am your anchor, Moke Kingsley Ogochukwu. Prof, having studied so wide in different academic spheres, and as a polymath, a priest of God, and another professor of philosophy, I know it is apt to interview you on the issue of youth self-awareness. Using Nigerian youth as a case study, Mark Twain would say, there are thousands excuses for failure, but never a good one. Besides, Plato also says, the first and the best victory is to conquer self. On that note, Prof, can you tell us what youth entails?
Thank you very much. Youth is used to describe a state in life, a condition in consciousness, a platform of existence. As a state in life is a time you have between childhood and adulthood, childhood and maturity, as the case may be. If I apply the UN canons, it may be the age between 15 years and 24 years, terminating at about 40 years or 58 years. One can say that youthhood is a time when that seed of life that grew in water and blood, that produced the personality, the time when it is in what you may call virtual proper awareness. There is the intentionality. It's a time filled with energy, not with weakness. But also it's a time that one has to be very careful, has to be very careful. That's why the topic you chose is quite apt. Youth, know thyself. Just like man, know thyself. So it's a time in the space of existence. It's a time of being there in the consciousness that is between childhood and adulthood. It's a time, not necessarily of your maturity, but it's a time that looks towards maturity. It's a time or a state in existence when one has to learn a lot of things so as to become the person one is meant to be in future. So I see that as a state in one's time, as a space in one's consciousness, and also as a time of learning so as to become the person one is meant to be. So whoever is in this kind of time, or within the age brackets the UN stipulated, we can call that person a youth. And then the state in which that person is called youthhood. Thank you.
That means a stage of self-awareness.
Something like that is a stage of, if you want to talk about self-awareness, then we are now talking about being conscious, one being conscious of one's surroundings, being conscious of one's being. And you need to again to differentiate between self-awareness and also consciousness. We talk about self-awareness, we mean that the youth should be able to know himself or know herself and be in the position to have control over such knowledge. So I want to differentiate between that knowledge and the awareness of that particular knowledge. So in terms of self-awareness, the youth is called to know himself or to know herself and also to know that he or she is different from other people and different from the environment, so as to avoid undue undue influence that can be negative against self-maturity and self-development. Mm. So I want to make it clear that if you are a youth under the influence of this particular program, you are called to know yourself by knowing that you are unique, you are different from other people, you have a gift that must bear their fruits, you have a destiny to fulfill and not to betray. So you are called up to discover that destiny, to fulfill that and not to betray that. Most youths are betraying their destinies, and it's a very shameful act. So to be precise, when we talk about self-awareness, I want every youth listening to me now to be able to note that you are a unique person. You have an assignment in the world. To be precise, every attainment in life is a function of discovered assignment. So note that you are different from others. You're not the same with the others. You're not also the same with the environment. You're different from your environment. So do not let your struggle become your destiny. You are different from your struggles. You are different from your environment. So when you are conscious of the fact that you are in an environment, you are yourself, that consciousness should be different from self-awareness, that you are different from those things you are conscious of or you are aware of. So I want, it's a difficult analysis or distinction, but I think it's worth it. It's worth it. You are different from your surroundings. You are different from other people. You have a vision and a mission to fulfill. You have a destiny to fulfill and not to betray that destiny. So like in philosophy, there's what we call perception. I see, being aware of your awareness, and not just of being aware of your self-awareness, not just being aware of your awareness, but being yourself aware of your self-awareness. So do not necessarily be controlled by the other person or by the environment, because at times there are destiny spoilers, not destiny helpers. Make such people, they will stop you. They will stop you. So note that as a creature of God with the image of God, you are here for a purpose different from that of the others, and the purpose assigned by God, not by your parents, not by the wicked generation. You have a destiny, and you must fulfill it. I thank God that a person of destiny cannot die till you fulfill that your destiny. That's why actors don't die. They must fulfill the destiny God has stipulated for them. So to round up, I would simply say that in terms of self-awareness, I want every youth listening to me now to be aware of yourself as different from other selves. Be aware of your environment, and note this: you are not the same environment. Don't allow the environment to create you, because if it's a negative one, you are done for. Like the environments of destinies in Nigeria for the youth. So it is a horrible kind of environment, not just for Nigerian youth, but for Igbo youth. But we are happy that God is in perfect control. God is not just a spectator in your destiny. God is also an actor in your destiny. So I will end up at that I will end up this response by saying that for you, be aware of yourself, be also aware of the image of God in you. So God should be at the foundation of your youthhood. You are the image of God. Let that image of God arise and shine. Let nothing snatch that image of God in you. It's very important to note that as a youth. So be aware of yourself as a self among selves, so as to attain to your given assignment in life. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Prof.
Yeah.
This youth knowing themselves and the self-awareness, how would they enhance self-development?
Definitely, self-awareness must lead to self-development. That's why I said that every attainment in life is a function of discovered assignment. For instance, when you are aware that you are made in the image of God, and you are aware that you're not the same with other people, they may have their respective destinies, but you have your own unique and peculiar destiny. And you are also aware that you are different from your environment. Environments are very powerful, and they lead to formations in development. So let us be careful. That's why he said, when you are informed, you cannot be deformed. So you need, first of all, to be aware of who you are and why you are here on earth. Now, with that awareness, you now look towards what I may call your self-interests. I've said that God should be at the foundation. It's not just having any kind of self-interest. Have self-interests that are in keeping with the commandment of God. See, God should be in charge of your self-interest. And when God is in charge of your self-interest, they will turn into propensities, natural inclinations, because God is the basis of your nature. God formed man from the dust of the earth, breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Genesis 2 verse 7. So, God did what you call the infusal. God gave you the breath of life. So there's what we call the breath of life, the dust of the earth. They came together to form you. That was why I made the reference to that seed of life that grew in water and blood and produce your personality. Now, when you are aware that God made you and that you cannot fail God, and God made you for a purpose, you can look at these things within your self-interest, guided by God, self-interest that come from natural inclinations. That has to do with your gifts as a person. Your gifts. And also, not just gifts, but also the fruits. Those are gifts bear or have borne. So we have to be careful about that, because you have gifts and they cannot bear in fruit. By their fruits, we know them. So I will simply say that when you talk about development, that's why I said youthhood is also a state of mind. That's why you can see a child who suddenly grows to become old. You see an old man who who has gone down to become a child again. So it's a state of mind. See, it's how you feel. Well, of course, we cannot just generalize about that. I want to make it clear that anytime one is informed, see, when one learns so as to become the person one is meant to be, so it connects what we call self-awareness to development, because you are learning what will help you to become the person you are meant to be. Self-awareness makes it clear that through self-interests, through natural inclinations, through your gifts, through the fruits those gifts bear, you can now see the line of the river of your life. As a river, you see how to flow. So I must make it clear that there's a connection between self-awareness and development. See, the youth already is not an adult, it's a young person. It's the life of a young person who learns or is gathering information or is being informed about how to become the person one is meant to be. So there's a kind of what we call guided assignments and attainments. See, in attainment, you see the assignments. In assignments, you see the attainment, and they measure the distance between self-awareness and also development in the youth.
More questions, Prof.
Yeah.
In several occasions, most Nigerian youth have been accused of being unemployable. The question is the fault from the youth themselves or from the as a result of lack of parental guidance? I think the youth need external force. They need to be guided.
I see where you are moving towards. Definitely, I wouldn't say it's all a fault of the parents. Most of the time, it may not be the fault of the parents. I think it's more or less the fault of the society. Like you mentioned that this of the Nigerian society or the Igbo society, the Yoruba society. So I must make it clear that even though the family is the domestic society, it's the basic society, but the parents cannot be excused. That's why anytime you see a parent who wants to fulfill in a progeny what he or she failed to do in her own destiny, it is nonsensical. It cannot work. Because you are imposing your destiny on the destiny of the child. You are superimposing your destiny on the destiny of the young person. It cannot work. It has never worked. It has never worked. So I know the family has a lot to do. So if you are getting a new preachers in your family to become this, to become like your father failed to become a lawyer and he now wants to become a lawyer, no. Non sequitur, it doesn't follow. Or maybe your child, you do not become a reverend sister. Now your child must become a reverend sister. Doesn't follow. Don't put a square peg in a round hole. Square pegs in square holes, round pegs in round holes. So I just wanted that to advise the parents a little bit. Do not lord it over your children. Help them. That's what we're saying. Help them to become aware of who they are, and also help them to discover and develop in their destinies. Concerning the society, I think I have more to say in this regard. When you talk about the society, like the Nigerian society, if you look at what is happening, I think we have made the politics a business in Nigeria. Business. So, and as a business, you see that it's what we might call the survival of the fittest. And the fact that the youth is weak, is young and is weak. So that's why even though they tell you that the future belongs to the youth, the adults, the old people, they're always in the future. See, we not pray for them to die, but they're always there in the future. So that I think the future belongs to the adults, not to the youth. That's why again is to tell you, let us build the future for the youth. No, it doesn't. It has never worked in Nigeria. Let us build the youth for the future, and not build the future for the youths. So we have to be careful about that kind of thing. It's See, there is no proper youth information and formation in Nigeria. See, I think I think the reason for that is that there is no true Nigerian culture. There's no true Nigerian culture. I've been saying that let there be a kind of ministry or commission in terms of intercultural hermeneutics that can bring a kind of synergy between the multifunctional cultures like that of the Hausa culture, the Yoruba culture, the Igbo culture, and all that. So you unite these cultures in terms of intercultural terms of hermeneutics that will go towards what unites us and will be against what divides us. So there's no true Nigerian culture. And that already is a crisis for the youth destiny. Because there is a process of selecting our political leaders, unless it is changed. These old men and women will always be in the future. You cannot get the use in the future. Before you come to that place, you will die off. Or you'll be used. That's why we said, don't allow anybody to use you against your destiny. See, that person is running his or her destiny. It shouldn't use you. If you die, it will bump you somewhere. So I want to ask the youth to know yourselves and be careful about some of these politicians. These are wicked people who use you as thoughts and as whatever. Just to get, of course, we are very soon we're entering into another particular season again. So we have made our politics a business in Nigeria. Also, we made the religion a business in Nigeria. That's why you see a lot of these political leaders and bishops and priests going up and down, see, eating and not talking. See, eating and not talking. So I think the time has come for the youth to come together in an umbrella of formation and information. But if you are uninformed, you will be deformed. Destiny, discovery, and the recovery. It's a very shameful something. For instance, look at the issue of unemployment all over the place. Somebody will study everything to come out for 10 years, 20 years, no job. I've always advised the youth to make yourself not a raw material but a finished product. But you see, that advice is useless in Nigerian society. Like you can tell a youth struggle, make sure that you earn a first degree at least, so that if there is an opportunity that we need somebody who has earned the first degree, you will just enter into that place. And we will not just say that hey, I didn't get the first degree. So get yourself ready, because once you are ready, the job will appear. But the point is that if you are ready in Nigeria, no job will appear. Indeed, when you are ready, jobs will disappear. See, when you are ready, jobs disappear. And you see, it's a paradox. When you are ready, jobs will appear. But rather, when you're ready, jobs disappear. They won't look the less you see. Unless you start now to go around these pork bellies to service their lusts, or to add money to their money, without even a guarantee that you will get the job at the end of it. So I think it's something that we don't know what to do about. But I think let us begin somewhere. Let us start building a true Nigerian culture. And let me tell you, it can never come about unless by an intercultural principle of hermeneutics. Because I've said it, whoever wants the Igbo culture to become the Nigerian culture, it cannot work. It's impossible. To make the Yoruba culture the Nigerian culture cannot work. To make Hausa culture the Nigerian culture, it cannot work. That's why we must be very careful. Let us, in our appointments and allocations, let us represent the federal character. Otherwise, if only one group, if the leading the country as president and heads of state, see, one culture will be registering, others will not be registering. So let there be a true federal character in all allocations and appointments, so that we can build a kind of synergy that be intercultural, that can lead to what we may call cultural suicides of those cultures that are against our unity as a people. I've said it, the intercultural principles we run along the line of principles that unite us and destroy those that divide us. We destroy them. So that's why what you may call the Nigerian culture now is a culture more or less built on manipulation, segregation, and all that. So they run in the red, more or less in the negative. But those qualities of the transcendental quality of being, like truth, love, God, you see, you cannot find these things. That's why we lead the rest of the world in planlessness, even in corruption and all that, even in bad rules at times. See, so what I want to make clear right now is that let us try to go towards through Nigerian culture that must make our allocations, appointments to have a true federal character by equal laws, so that we can generate a true Nigerian culture that can be representative of the unity and will of the people. As the matter stands now, the youth has nothing to gain from the present status of Nigerian culture. So I won't blame just the parents. We blame these wicked political leaders and wicked church leaders. We blame them for the plight of the youth. Thank God we have brought out this platform for informing and informing the youth in keeping with God's own purpose, so as to be aware of their destiny and so as to fulfill their destiny, so that you don't discover your destiny to betray it. So the youth should know his or herself by discovering the destiny and fulfilling that destiny. So that's all I want to say. I talked in a theological way, so as to make it clear, it's not just the issue of Nigerian youth, also the Igbo youth, the Hausa youth. Most of them. That's why, if you see some of these bodies that cause confusions within the nation, within the country, Nigeria, you find out that they are mainly youth bodies. All these groups, not all of them. So let us give our youths a direction and save them from destruction. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. If Nigeria, one of the Nigerian problem is a cultural problem. Now, do you not think that the healthy mind could be a solution to this recovering of the lost cultural values? And it goes a long way to say that most Nigerians are suffering from unhealthy mind. Then how would healthy mind be a solution to this lost cultural value?
Men sana incorporate sana. A healthy mind in a healthy body. Because it's a timeless principle that the healthy mind is always in a healthy body. The healthy body in a healthy mind. That's why I think ignorance is always a disease that no doctor can cure. Ignorance is a disease. And when I talk about ignorance, I mean more of spiritual ignorance. Spiritual ignorance. Ignorance of God and His commandments. Ignorance of God and His commandments. Because if we know God, Daniel 11 verse 32b, those who know their God shall do exploits. If we know God, if we practice our religions very well, Christianity, Islam, and all that, if we practice our religions very well, I feel that our knowledge of God will flower in true culture, because in God is truth, in God is love, in God is order, in God is justice, and all that. These are transcendental qualities of being. We find them in God. So if we can bring God into what we are doing, you see, let me tell you the truth. Why people don't want to bring God into what they are doing is because they want to do evil. Because once God comes in, you must do the right thing. That's the problem. So we call God. We just call God, like some of these politicians and church leaders. They call God, God, God. But if you go to their heart, you see wickedness. See bloodthirsty wickedness. They can kill the people. So we don't want such things. Let it be through conversion. See, like I have said, when Jesus Christ was here, He gave His life for the sheep. A true shepherd, if you are a political leader listening to my program, a church leader, wants to be a true shepherd. Who can die for your sheep. Do not ask what your sheep will do for you. Ask what they are going to do for your sheep. That there should be no selective. You see, justice made selective is justice mutilated. Is justice destroyed. Do not ask what you are going to do against the people. Ask what you are going to do for the people. It's a must. Don't like it or not, it's a must. Jesus died for the people. So I will simply say that ignorance is a part of, but I mean more of spiritual ignorance. See, because true knowledge of God will inevitably, by any analysis, bring in a healthy mind. So if you come into what you may call if you use the use of the word soul in philosophy and talk about the soul in Nigeria. The soul in Nigeria, as you said, is sick. It's sick. Because God, in His fullsomeness, as the supreme and control of the universe, is not the vital principle of that particular soul. So, but Nigerians will call on God. That's why being religious cannot mean being spiritual. Please, God. Look at the behaviors. You'll be shocked. See, so I want to make it clear that we can start to inform that soul or mind, as you called it, by bringing in God and the transcendental qualities that go with God, like truth, goodness. So when these things come in Nigerian soul, definitely, that's very fact. Ipso facto, Nigeria will become healthy.
Prof, thank you. One professor once told me that the Nigerian youth should delay their gratification or delay their joy and work hard to make it in life. Is hard work a prerequisite and a gateway to discovering oneself? It also goes to ask to, is destiny a or by choice?
You have really asked a very important question. Let me take them one by one. Hard work is not a guarantee for success. Let me make it clear. Not being pessimistic. Hard success. Hard and you have spoilers, destiny spoilers all around you. Be careful about that. Hard work is not success. But again, let it be clear. Without hard work, there will be no success. Let me come the other way again, because I'm a philosopher, I'm a logician. So hard work is not the guarantee of success, but without hard work, there will be no success. So as I will advise the youth out there, keep on working hard. Whether you see anything or not, keep on working hard. One day, you'll be repaired. Someday, sometime, somewhere, God will repair you. That's why always persist in doing what is good. Because one day, God will remember you. It's a must. So I want to go to another point that is very important. As I said, work hard. Do not look back. Of course, the church teaches that faith must have good works. So, cannot just believe. No, you need to do something to show that to show the outflow of that deep faith you have. Concerning destiny, I have to make a distinction between faith and destiny. Faith has to do with fatalism. Fata regiunt orbem, certa omnia in legestant. When faith rules the world, everything holds them by law, by necessity. There's no gap. So what will be in faith. In faith, what will be always finds a way to be, irrespective of your contribution or work. And I thank God that the Igbo people don't believe in faith. You tell the Igbo man that God has condemned you to be poor, that you, no matter what you do, you will be poor. The Igbo man will say, we will not accept it. You know, other tribes may accept that, the Igbo man will not accept that. Igbo man question change. Igbo na Igbo that can share what you want. Fact, I will only question it. So the issue of hard work and the destiny, they go together. So I'm trying to link up the two questions to my answer. They should have one answer. Now, when you look at the issue of destiny, so faith has to do with a kind of agency that determines events as fixed. A kind of agency that determines events as fixed. But in destiny, there's also that kind of agency, but then they now determine events as worked out, not as fixed, as worked out. Of course, I want to make that decision because many people believe that faith and destiny are the same thing. In philosophy, we make the distinction. Because we are philosophers. We believe it. You see, somebody said that if you pursue the elements of things existing without distinguishing many things that say to exist, you will not find them. If you pursue the elements of things in existence without distinguishing the ways by which they exist in the different modes, you cannot find the truth about them. So I will say that destiny should not be a matter of chance. It should be a matter of choice. So destiny is not something you're going to wait for to achieve yourself. It's something you should take up as a choice and achieve it. That's why I have thought early that in operation there is no choice. Once there is choice, there is freedom. So when you have no choice, you are operating with faith. But when you have a choice, you are operating with destiny. So it's not something you are going to wait to achieve yourself. It's something you are going to take up and choose and achieve. That's my take on that. And I must put fire in our youths. Don't wait for a destiny. Don't wait for it. In a dramatic poem, Shakespeare said, "To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it's nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and the arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a whole sea of trouble, and by opposing, end them. End them. Don't suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Take up arms against that sea of trouble by opposition. End it. End it." That's my take on that. Thank you.
You want to clarify us on the issue of delaying the gratification of the job. Should we delay the gratification?
Well, I will only say that one has to do with what we may call self-control or the fasting period. See, I've been telling people that that's why be careful about what drives that kind of period, or it's a stagnant period. Be careful what drives it. See, I know that there was that I made a program with what I call waiting. Somebody can wait and waste. It was somebody like Kepler in a poem called Eve, that declared that one can wait and not be tired of waiting. That's the kind of waiting I'm talking about. He said, if you can hold your head, for all about you are losing your heads, and blaming that on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, that's why I said, make yourself different from your environment or your condition or your situation, so that you have a position. Otherwise, you have a positionless position. Stagnancy is dead. It's not good to have a positionless position. You must have a position. So you can hold your head when all about you are losing their heads. I blame you. Hold your head. You can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting. But if you wait, do not be tired of waiting. Or being lied upon, don't delay lies. And yet, don't look too good, nor talk too wise. That's Kepler. It's a very famous quote. If you can dream, I say you too must dream. But don't make dreams your master. Not you should be lost. Or think, no, make thinking your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat them as impostors. See, people may think that disaster is not an impostor, or triumph. So triumph is an impostor. So if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat them as impostors, or wash the things you gave your life to broken and build them up again with one or tools. See, another advice I will give to you is that if you can move with the crowd and not lose your virtue, don't allow people to influence you negatively. Don't allow negative influence. Be yourself. Youth, know yourself. Be unshakable. Be indestructible. Be an actor, not a spectator. If you can move with the crowd, but don't lose your virtue, don't lose your personality, don't lose your position. Or work with kings. Do not lose the common touch. All these are natural institution. So the sacramental institution. So as Christians, your marriage is sacramental. It is based on an altar. An altar is sacramental. So I want you to look at that. Marriage is ordered towards the good of the spouses. Canon 1055, paragraph 1. The good of the spouses. There's mutual consortium and order towards the procreation and education of their children according to the laws of the church. Okay, for now, Obuna Ebolo Onuka. You Onuka Buna So baptism is very important to make your marriage sacramental, because with baptism you can now receive other sacraments. Without baptism, your marriage cannot be a Christian marriage or a sacramental marriage. It can be a natural marriage, natural. So when you are baptized, when they do the two people, husband and wife, when they are all baptized, they're talking about pure sacramental marriage. Or even you can also transform from natural to sacramental with consequent baptisms. So Christ has raised marriage to the dignity of being a sacrament. How do you look at that? Anything that we are able to abrosi no sort of omenala ma eto se masị na-etu Chineke si mee gịnị chọọ ime ahụ Kristi bụ gịnị ụka o doro anya onye bụ na ị na-abanye na alụmdi na nwunye gbachapụ anya were iji ihe alụrụ alụ wee mee gịnị wee banye. It's very important because you can receive a sacrament validly by disposing yourself well. Do not enter this sacrament in states of idolatry and sin. I think if the marriage wants to women na fa adị eso ụzọ Chineke na nwe a na-eso ụzọ nke mmadụ a na-eso ụzọ nke mmadụ. Chineke chọrọ ịma ihe na-eme na ndị di na nwunye. Oge Kraịst nọ n'ụwa o ji oriri agbamakwụkwọ ọ bụrụ eziokwu ọ chọrọ ịmụ ife na-eme n'ebe ahụ. And let me tell you, when God made them in Genesis 1:26, God made a male and female. So to every male there is a female, to every female there is a male. So there is God's candidate for you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Shout, I receive in Jesus' mighty name. I receive in Jesus' mighty name. There is God's own marriage partner for you, chosen by God Himself for you. Because God is your creator. The God who made you and you belong to, that God has a partner for you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Of course, in Canon 1056, the church teaches that there are two essential properties of marriage. Who can remember one? There are two essential properties of marriage. One is what? Unity. Third one is what? Indissolubility. Shout amen.
Amen.
Unity and indissolubility. Onya na ọbụ na gị na mmadụ na-akwado ihe gbasara ndị na nwunye oge ọ na-enwe okwu na ụka na nsogbu dị iche iche. Ọ bụrụgo akara na anyị na-ahụ gị ga-esi wee gaa. Ọ bụrụ eziokwu. If you talk about unity and indissolubility, you can see that marriage cannot be done except with the consent, matrimonial consent. If you go to Canon 1057, paragraph number 2, you will see that any consent must be a mutual self-giving, a gift of self to the self, a mutual self-giving, in a kind of irrevocable covenant. Of matrimony, of consent. It is consensual. It is consensual. Giving of the self. Self-donation. You donate yourself to the other as he donates himself to you. In a mutual self-giving. A mutual consensual giving. Without that consent, there will be no marriage. Of course, as you talk about unity and indissolubility, you say that this consent can be one, not two. The consent between two people, you don't talk about consents. You say consent. So you can see that it can be seen in plural, but you cannot understand that only in the singular. Not consents, but consent. Ya bụ na tupu ndị Igbo si na onye agwara okwu eme gịnị agwa ya ọgụ. Nkwekọrịta unu kwekọrịtara n'ụlọ ga-anụ onwe unu. Iwe onwe wee nye onwe wee mee gịnị wee nye gị. That's why, to be precise, the husband and the wife, they are the main ministers of their matrimony. Through this matrimonial consent. That's why, after consenting in principle, those who consent in practice. That's why if you go to Canon 1061, paragraph 1, there you are talking about a kind of marriage ratified. So when you complete the process of marriage and it is valid, we are talking about what we call ratum tantum. Ratum tantum. A marriage established but not consummated with a conjugal act. We are talking about ratum et consummatum. You need to note those two phrases. Ratum tantum and ratum et consummatum. Ratum tantum and ratum et consummatum. So when you have gone through the sacrament of matrimony, it's already ratum tantum. But when after that you have engaged in conjugal law, conjugal act, that is ratum et consummatum. Now, one of the Ogona Anusia Dinamu, Angapo, no, also Cassie Totoyo, also Ganasito. Ingapo ratum tantum. Imagine Dinamunafo, when Mecorita, Brujo Varo. I was in a more on a medicine. Uncle Ogene, ratum et consummatum. They are all necessary for your marriage to be complete. Why I brought God and the church into your marriage is for you to note that both God and the church, as the body of Christ, they are interested in your marriage. God is not a spectator in your marriage. God is an actor in your marriage. Shout a greater amen. Amen. Chineke chọrọ ịma ife na-eme onye kwuru si na ọdụ mana nwoke anọrọ onwe ọ ga-enweta nwunye etu akwa nwaanyị agara anọrọ onwe ọ ga-enweta di ọ bụrụ eziokwu were na okwu onye na-agwọta ife bụ ife ụka na-akụzi gbasara ndị na nwunye dịka m si na-ekwu nwanne anyị nwoke bụ Paratans a priest and a monk. Blessed Cyprian Michael Iwenetans. He has a spirit. He has a spirit burning with fire for people like you. He has what we call a pre-marriage center. And this particular school is organized according to his own spirit. Where, with God as the foundation, young people will come together as singles and get the information that will help them to grow into marriage according to the will of God and the church. So, if you are a viewer or a member of this particular program, you are under the influence of this particular program and atmosphere, you are called by the authority and the grace of Father Tans to know that God has a choice for you. And that choice is made clear by the church and the laws of the church. And to prepare yourself very well to get into your marriage will mean that God will be with you. They are going to get all the necessary grace that will help you and sustain you in that marriage in the name of Jesus. Amen. And I think on the matter, amara zuru oke maka o ji agbụgbọrọ bịa n'uche megin abasa ma ọ bụrụ mmadụ anụ oge abụrụ di ma ọ nụọ nwaanyị abụrụ nwunye ma ndị onye ga-egbu ya ọ dị mma nwoke a ịnọ na mmadụ ife Chineke chọrọ maka na ọ bụrụ ịma ife Chineke chọrọ na-atụwa gara knowledge is power. What time I so we are informing you so that you will not be deformed. We are informing you so as to form you. So it's a platform of Christian formation for marriage. And all are invited to this particular platform. By the grace of our dear brother and priest and monk, Father Tans. Before I give the opportunity for questions, I will go back to the main point that God has a choice for you. God has a marriage partner for you. God has chosen a marriage partner for you. It's your duty through prayers and conforming to the laws of the church to discover this particular partner and for him or her to manifest in your life in the name of Jesus. Amen. You must pray for God's will to happen and for God to make that person manifest. All I know is that when you are ready for marriage, your partner will appear. Yes, it happens like that. When you are ready, through prayers and formation and information, your partner must appear. So if your partner has not appeared, that shows that you're not ready. I have said, make yourself a finished product and not a raw material. Very important. Make yourself a finished product, not a raw material. So that you are suitable, helpmate will appear by the authority, power, and the grace of God in the name of Jesus. Amen. I've said that because God is interested, God is the basis of marriage relationships. God is the basis, the root, the fulcrum, the fonsetorigo. Now, if you want to make your partner yours, bring that partner to God. Any partner you may have that has not a relationship with God cannot have a true relationship with you. So, very clear point. So, do not allow your love of a partner exceed or supersede your love of God. Is that clear? Yes. Well, that partner will disappoint you. Let me tell you, when God is involved, every partnership becomes genuine and real. Ọ bụrụ na onye ọ bụghị na-agbagọta na Chineke nọ n'ife a na-eme, ọ ga-eme alụ? If your partner knows that God is involved, he or she cannot tell lies, cannot demand for sex before marriage, cannot engage in idolatry or in necromancy or in anachronism. Ọ bụrụ na ị ghọtara ọnọdụ Chineke nọ n'ife anyị na-eme, ịma na ife a na-eme, Chineke ga-ebu ụzọ mee gị bere azụ zụwa gara aga n'afa Jizọs Kraịst onye ọma anyị. Anyị ga-enye mkpụrụ obere ofere maka ndị nwere ajụjụ. Ọ bụrụ na o nwee ajụjụ dịrị mkpa, nwee ike iji n'oyibo ma n'Igbo, ọ na-asụwa na masịrị ya. O nwee ajụjụ dịrị mkpa. So time for questions and answers. You can ask your questions in any language at all. But make sure that you are asking what concerns you. Because he who fears it knows it. So I do need to na more. Those on me. That Chineke, only I will honor God. Where you get where you get knows operating after Jesus Christ. Television there. We handling marriage and the altars. I didn't say marriage and the altar. I mean marriage, altars. Because you see that God's altar is involved and at the center. But there are also other altars that make against marriage. Other altars. Let me tell you, an altar can be sending to you ropes. An altar can send ropes to you. An altar can even send married people to you. If you want to marry. An altar can even send enemies to you. So God is interested in your marriage, but also the gates of hell. Listen very well. Satan is also interested. Satan, and they call us. But we are praying that God will win in the name of Jesus. Amen. mana onye ụlọ ọzọ efetesịla aka anyị na-ayọ na Chineke ga-enwe mmeri n'afa Jizọs. Chineke mmeri bụ nke Chineke. Mana maka onye na-ekpe ekpere so nkụzi nke ụka wee na-eme gị na-aga onye afa agara enwe nsogbu. So I will be handling marriage and altars. Here I will talk a lot about some of these altars that are very popular, even though I will call them popular altars of illusion. They are popular because people talk about them every place. You see, what you have there is only illusion. For instance, the marine altars, for instance, the ancestral altars, for instance, that of the necromancers, the anachronists, the witches and the wizards. These are all altars, but they are negative altars. They are altars of wickedness. But God's altar is the altar of righteousness. And this altar will prepare your marriage in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
I can like that. That's called the popular altars of what illusion. Because only God's altar is real and genuine in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
From where you are going, can you go believe and relation? When you feel Chineke, so when you feel the castle of woman, when you feel it, you will feel inclusive. You will feel that eating it. How many people equal by equal jolly? Or not, it will be a paradox. Or not a parazite if they are. I want to finish it. The cholo will not be time at this side. And we are doing more for Hawaii to Naka.
You were saying, Oka is interested, God is interested in our marriage. Malone, we fell not even not that. Yeah, boy, and now, not sick as it. I not be a man and I that tissue. When I put us in, the kind of wearable one, and no one can. I now put out before you get it. I say, if I phone you, I know now, man, I'm na-ejekwa sokwara ihe ha na-akwụrụ ụmụ mana o nwere time o yiro before their wedding day ka ọ na-agba akwụkwọ ifu na afọ a shoot go out mana asị anyị emere gịnị anyị enwere mmekọ before our marriage ya ka m chọrọ ịjụ ka mma ma ọ bụ ihe kwesịrị ekwesị na anyị ga na-eme. Thank you.
Daalụ. Ajụrụ maka mma. Ọ bụla ajụjụ ọ ga-abụ ajụọ ekwu na ụda ajụjụ ahụ dabara adaba nwa nke a ga-ajụọ ekwu na ụda ajụjụ ahụ na ụzọ a ga-enye nwere ka ọ ga-esi wee dozie isi nke izu na ọ bụrụ ife kwesịrị ekwesị. It's an abuse of God's grace. Chineke akụziri etu maka ọ bụ na nkụzi etu atọ ga-esiwe tinye n'akwụkwọ nsọ. Ya bụ na ọ bụrụ okwu ka akụziri oge na-ekwobi ka n'ụlọ n'ike ndị ọzọ niile. O ji ekwotu ekwukwo na onwe ike jee ebe ọ dị karịa ebe na a na-akụzi n'isi. Ndị nkụzi ụka na-akụzi n'isi. Nkụzi nke ụka kụziri. Onwe ife ụka kwuru wee ebe ọ dị wee ebe a ga-esi wete. Ka ndị ọ dara nwee ike gara ya ife ndị a ma wetu a esikwa ekosi wee dịrị. Oge na-ekwu ka n'ụlọ oge na-akụzi ife o nwere oge m kwuru n'ụka kwuru ya etu a no one gallo wee dị ime wee gbaa akwụkwọ guzie wee mba afọ ime wee pụta ọfụma ndị Igbo so na efu afọ ime aka na-egbe ya ọpụtago na ọpụtago ife a na-ekwuzi oke ka a ga-esikwa kwụwazi onye ukwu mere gịnị wala ukwu wale esikwa kwụwa onye ukwu wale ụka bịa emegasị na ụfọdụ ife ebido maka kọnfeshọn ma ife ndị ọzọ gasị maka ga-esi wee mere ekekọbazi a na-abụkwu mmadụ n'ụlọ mepụtarizi na nke a ga-amaka ga-esi wee megbazi ọzọ ya bụ it cannot be an example. It's an exception which refutes the well, I wouldn't say it refutes, which was forced to refuse and or proves the rule. But abuse cannot take away the use. Abu na onye kpachara anya na-akpọ ebe atụrụ ma ọ bụ onye amara oge oge banye ma oge jogo oge banye o ma ịbanye a na-abụ eme ka ọ banye onye bụ ife anyị na-ekwu biko ọ bụrụ na ịbụ nwa agbọghọbịa wee na-ege ntị ma ụmụ okorobịa ege ntị n'ife anyị na-ekwu taa emekọta na bụ mmadụ ka ọ dịle ya ime iwe mara na ife ga-adị mma tupu kene agba akwụkwọ alụghị ọgwụ ụdịka ụka na-akụzi ndị na-emeta dịrị ka ọ bụrụ eziokwu ị ga-adịrị m ime ị ga-adịrị m ime imere ọma aja na ọ bụrụ ife Chineke na-akụzi atụ onye ga-eyi akwa agbamakwụkwọ a bụ onye dị ọcha n'obi dị ọcha na ahụ a virgin ya bụ azụmgụ agụ ife dị mkpa bụ ọ bụrụ etu ife onye Igbo sị na ọ bụrụ etu ife ga-adị mana ọ pụtago nwesịgbo ndị ije ebe ije cross it ọ pụtago ebe a ga-emezi a ga-egbuzie mmadụ egbu agaghị egbu mmadụ egbu dịka ezikwozi onye ukwu wara mazie na kọnfeshọn ebe ndị ọzọ niile kwukwuru aka kwudoro anya ọfụma nwayọọ
anyị bịa kwuo na ọ bụrụ na anyị chọọ ka anyị bụ marriage anyị nwee partner chọọ ka ọ daba dịka marriage na anyị kwesịrị iduru onye ahụ dujere Chineke anyị duba onye ahụ ebe dịka ọ bụrụ onye na-amalụ Chukwu ọ bụrụ na o nwere na ibe ndị nwa megoro experience ma nwee ike bụ na nwoke a na-akpa onye ahụ a na-ejekwa ụka na-anata oriri nsọ ị na-eferokwu ya kpọ ijekwala ụka tọchị na oji o nwere ike onwe program a na-eme n'ụlọ ka ebe a na-abachi ballet ịnọkọtakwụcha oche Sessions of the Cross ọsị n'oji o nwere ike megidezie ego na-akpa chọp isizi aka ije bi dịka nwa agbọghọ ikekwe ka ịmala ebe ahụ o bi na steeti na another city ya bụrụ ebibi maka na bụ na ebikọrọ ọnụ ịrụzi ebe ahụ tụbazie abuse so na-azịzi aghọtazi ka ezi otu nwaanyị esizi mee nke ahụ emekọ ahụ maka na mgbe ụfọdụ ọ dị mkpọrọ unu chesikwara ụka dị ọ na-atọ oriri at the end of the day ihe ahụ mba niile ahụ ịgba wee buru eje onwe n'uzo so ọ pụta na ọdịrọ mma chaa na nwa agbọghọ dịka agbọghọ ije mmalụ ebe onye ya na ya na-abụ na-akpa marriage akpa maka marriage bi to avoid that abuse sexual abuse ụmụ agbọghọ na-enweta